Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 7 of the Kolskor Marble Championship. Today we have Event 5 Drag Bounce. We've seen this before, but it is slightly modified. In this event, 4 marbles at a time will roll into that funnel and drop down one by one onto that white board there, and then they'll bounce along the carpet, trying to go as far as they can down that carpet. And the marbles that do bounce the furthest will be the ones moving on. Looking at the current standings, Blue Bottle has taken the lead, but they're only just ahead of Knight. So let's see how this event turns out. Chivalry and the Corporation marbles here to show us the example run, rolling around that funnel. Funnel doesn't really matter that much, but it could help if you get down first. There you see Chivalry, Core, Disciples T. They got blocked by Chivalry there, and then finally Core once more. You can see it is Core of the Corporation getting the best distance there with a 74.1. That's the standard set. Let's see how these more competitive marbles do. First up, Raven, Knight, Ruby, and Anchor. Down they come around the funnel. Who will drop down first? It is going to be Knight, and it's pretty solid. Raven follows after, not as good. Anchor, they do well. Can Ruby maybe pass anyone? I don't think so. All came down quite quickly after that time in the funnel, but Knight, that was an excellent start, getting out very far. Raven's follow-up was not nearly as good. Anchor, they went to the side, but still managed to do quite well, even after hitting the tape measure there. Ruby, they just did not have enough. And I believe, yes, it is Knight and Anchor moving on. Knight, that is a very solid start, 85.0 centimeters. That's very strong from them. Heat 2 here, Andromeda, Lapis, Mantis, and White Flame. Down they come around the funnel. Where will they drop in first? There goes White Flame, pretty solid. Who will follow? It's Mantis, managed to get past. Maybe Lapis got past there. Can Andromeda do anything? I don't think so. Mantis definitely got the win. Not sure who won between White Flame and Lapis. I do think it was White Flame though. They had a very nice start. Took a while for anyone else to drop, but Mantis, very nicely done there. Almost bumped into White Flame, managed to just get past. Lapis, I don't think that was good enough to beat White Flame and Andromeda. They really just not do well. And yes, Mantis and White Flame will be moving on. Mantis, 77.4 centimeters is the winning score. Heat 3, Pixie, Blue Bottle, Derek, and Black Rose. Down they come into the funnel. Rolling around, where will each of them drop? Blue Bottle, they get in first, not bad. Derek, they get blocked by Blue Bottle. Even Black Rose doesn't look to be very good against Pixie. And they pass everyone and will take the win, but Blue Bottle manages to move on along with them. Unfortunate what happened to Derek here. They looked like they were having a good shot, but went straight into Blue Bottle's path and were blocked. That's why it might be useful to get out early in the funnel, so you might be able to block one of your opponents. But it is Pixie there who does the best with their 88.3, best one we've seen so far, moving on with Blue Bottle. And final heat, Lollipop, Discharge, Mahi Mahi, and Nebula. Lollipop was the winner of this event in Season 6. Let's see how they and the rest of the marbles do here. Rolling around the funnel. Who will be first down? It is Lollipop. Doesn't look too strong. There goes Discharge. That's massive. Mahi Mahi comes down. They knock Lollipop a bit further, but Nebula streaks past both of them. And that is brilliant from both Discharge and Nebula. My goodness, that was quite an amazing heat to watch. Lollipop didn't do that well. Discharge charged past them. Mai came in and got blocked by Lollipop. But there's Nebula with that final run. Absolutely amazing. They don't get past Discharge with that marble's 97.8. But those two will be comfortably moving on. Looking at standings from 9th to 16th, it is Derek there. Only marble in the bottom 8 to pass 80 centimeters. Then it's Ruby, Lollipop, Lapis, Andromeda, Black Rose, Mai, and Raven down there in last. Semi-finals. First up, Nebula, Anchor, Mantis, and Pixie. Down they come, rolling around in this funnel. Who will drop down first? It is Pixie. Doesn't look amazing. There goes Mantis. They get blocked by Pixie. Anchor doesn't do too well either. That seals Pixie in, and Nebula is going to manage to pass all of them. Nebula and Pixie are going to be the ones winning there. Pixie didn't even seem to do very well But when Mantis came down, they got stuck behind them, hit them forward. Anchor's shot was not very good. And then it was just Nebula left. They really took their time here. Seemed to want to line up their shot to not accidentally bump into anyone. They did collide with Anchor there, but it is going to be enough to beat Mantis and Anchor. Nebula and Pixie will be moving on. And the second semi-final. Blue Bottle, White Flame, Discharge, and the host, Knight. Down they come, rolling around the funnel. Who will be the one to drop in first? Seem to have some strong contenders in here. There goes White Flame. That is very, very impressive from them. Excellently done. There goes Discharge. That's even better. There goes Knight and Blue Bottle. Neither of them are going to get even close to that brilliancy by both Discharge and White Flame. White Flame came down first, did very, very solidly, but then it was Discharge here who completely showed them and everyone else up with that amazing bounce. I can't even believe that Marble managed to bounce that far. Knight and Blue Bottle really had no chance. 112.6 centimeters from Discharge. An excellent job. 5th through 8th, it is Blue Bottle who does manage to take the 5th place spot just over Mantis, Anchor, and then Knight there in 8th place. But we seem to have a treat here for the final. White Flame, Pixie, Discharge, and Nebula. All these marbles have shown that they can pull off high scores. But who will take the win here? Rolling around the funnel. Looks like it might be Pixie to drop in first. There they go. That looks fairly solid. There goes White Flame. They bump off Pixie. Nebula, they just managed to get past. Can Discharge take the win here? I think so. That was a close final, but I do believe it was Discharge's last bounce that managed to take the win. Pixie, they weren't that strong. White Flame looked to try to get past, but collided with them. Not even sure who got between them. Nebula just managed to pass both of them, but it didn't look like it was going to hold. And here came Discharge, our star of the semi-final, and they do manage to pass everyone. Discharge wins gold in drag bounce. A fairly unexciting finish for them compared to what they did in the first 2 runs, but a solid finish overall, getting that gold, with Nebula getting the silver and Pixie the bronze. After drag bounce, Blue Bottle has managed to hold their lead, but it is still shaky with Knight just behind, Andromeda there in 3rd. Meanwhile, Discharge and Nebula, they both managed to rise 5 and 6 spots respectively with those medals. Pixie now out of last place. The next event will be another new one, off-road sprint. So I will see you then.